What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. And let's get into the game one breakdown of the World Series matchup between the Dodgers and the Yankees. As always, guys, I'm going to give you my plays in this matchup. This is pretty much cut and dry, simple. It's not going to be a big kind of secret here. I'm on the Dodgers for the series. I know that they are hosting, they have home field advantage. And the Dodgers come into this game with a lot of betting insights that I want to share with you guys. And I think there's one prevailing kind of angle that's going to hold true for this matchup that I'm going to be looking into quite a bit. So let's get down into it. Guys, if you're new to the channel, awesome. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Please absolutely destroy that like button, okay? We're talking first pitch fastball right over the plate. Left it up a little bit. Just absolutely hit that like button. Let's try to get over 100 likes in this video, and I'll give you guys my picks. Still working on getting back the original setup, but we are going to try to use this for some time now. I kind of like it. And with this interface platform here at StreamYard, I'm going to look more into it. So leave your feedback down below in the comments, okay? And let's get down into the picks, okay? And like I said, there's no secret here. I am on the Dodgers for the series. I want to share with you guys kind of what's going on within some of the insights behind this. Best price you can find. I was able to get that at minus 120 series price for the Dodgers. Okay. That's how some people do it, right? You don't want to just guess game to game. So you just kind of make your predictions. You do a maybe Dodgers in 6, Dodgers in 7. I think this one is Dodgers in 6, if you ask me for my honest opinion. I like the Yankees and what they were able to do, but guys, let's not get it twisted. You know, they played the Royals and they played the Guardians, okay, in 2 series leading up to this. The Dodgers are more tried and true. I think that their bullpen and their rotation kind of had a little trial by fire. I'm really going to lean in on the postseason experience from Dave Roberts and company. I think that's something where, yeah, anybody can get through the DS and the CS, but when you get into the series, that's where kind of, it's something I've never played in a World Series at that level, so I'm not going to act like I know and try to pretend to tell you guys that I know, but I'm going to try to use my experience to give you guys a prediction based upon some of the mentalities and the mindsets, right? Sometimes you get a weird kind of thing where, you get a player that's batting, upwards close to 300 or an OPS close to, 900 plus. And then they get into this World Series and then just like those sphincters get a little bit tighter. Okay. And if you know what I'm talking about, then but I just do think that that's a possibility. The common trend here, not just with me, but with a lot of people that I do trust in the market, in the industry, they are leaning towards runs in this series. Okay. That's where, there is the potential that's how Vegas makes a ton of money. It seems to be it's going to be a popular and a trendy play, betting the overs in all of these contests. There are a lot of props out there where you can bet on total runs for the series. Just some crazy stuff in terms of MVP markets and just who's going to lead in statistical categories. But the exacta here, Dodgers in 6 would probably be my best bet if I was going to give you guys one of those futures. Freddie Freeman's health is in status, but kind of my sneaky pick for MVP of the World Series. There was also something where Shohei Ohtani to have the most stolen bases of the World Series. That's very interesting angle there. Okay. And I want to get into the insights because right now this is kind of what all that matters. Dodgers, 10 out of their last 13 games as a favorite, 77% almost. Okay. And the Yankees have covered the spread, not 7 out of 9 on the road. And the Dodgers, as we all know, the common trend here that they have hit 6 of the last 7 games. Okay. At home have went to the over. And you can see that right there in all the results. All right. This is something where we got to talk about it. In those last 7 games, I mean, we're talking 9, 12, 12, 9, 10, 15, respectively, with one of the outliers being at 2 games that did not cash the over 8. Now we have an 8.5 in the market. This is kind of interesting for a playoff spot to have all of these games being kind of opening at 8.5. Jack Flaherty going on the bump for the Dodgers going against Garrett Cole. We can look into some past performances on this. I am going to pull up some of the numbers here as we get into the odds board, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about as we look into this first game. We do have Dodgers minus 125 now in the market, plus 165 for that run line, minus 1.5. Over 8.5 is the minus 110 number. Now, as we talk about Flaherty, very much a familiar pitcher to the Dodgers, okay, coming out of Detroit. I'm sorry, to the Yankees coming out of Detroit. He only had one outing though. This was back in 2023. So this was something where we look at both of these pitchers. They have not had any recency bias against each other. So we look at Jack Flaherty, what he was able to do in 2023: 6 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 2 walks there, and it was for the St. Louis Cardinals. Okay, it wasn't for the Tigers. So that was kind of interesting to talk about in that regard. And that's kind of where I'm kind of leaning towards, kind of going contrarian to the market here. Okay, Garrett Cole, respectively, as well. He pitched against the Dodgers in the 2023 campaign. 6 innings pitch, four hits allowed, 1 earned run, and 2 walks. Okay, just to go along with a nice. I'm not able to find that, but not able to find strikeouts. That's weird. Usually it lists strikeouts here. But anyways, I'll have to find a new resource. But curious of how many strikeouts he was, because that is a market that I'd be interested in. 6 outs is 18. 6 innings is 18 outs. Now, what's interesting about 18 outs is I bet you if you look at his his over under for outs, it's probably right there at 15 and a half or 16 and a half without even me looking at it. That's just where I would handicap it. Garrett Cole, he looked like he was dealing against the Guardians in his last time out, and then albeit had a little bit of a hiccup, lost control late middle of the game. I do lend towards the idea that we can talk about Garrett Cole kind of getting banged up a little bit. All right. And that's why I kind of lean on the Dodgers at home, -125. A more interesting and appealing route for me to be taking here would be the Dodgers here on the run line. They are the overwhelmingly weighted public and professional bet. All the money, all the handle is on the Dodgers for this game. We do see a touch more money on the sharper side towards the under. And that's kind of where I'm at as well. All right. I think this is first game jitters. I think we might get a little bit of a little tighter sphincter in this spot. So I do like the under if I was going to play it. 8.5 is a big number to start off a postseason. I know that we've seen runs, and they're not going to move this number to 9. But if we get a 12 to 17 run performance tonight, there is quite the likelihood that they may end up bumping this number up to 9 from here on out. But that's kind of where both of these teams have been historically over teams in the playoffs. I'm sorry, throughout the course of the regular season and the playoffs. But for this is something where you're seeing a lot of overs. The market has to adjust. We can't just fly through overs and have 11, 11 out of 12 overs or 11 out of 13 overs, whatever it ends up being. If we do get 6 or 7 games dating back to the championship series round. So for me, guys, I'm on the Dodgers. I'm on the Dodgers in 6. I think game 1 is one where New York may be able to steal it. I just think that Garrett Cole's a little fugazi right now at this current moment in time off of injury. And I think Jack Flaherty and the approach that I think Dave Roberts is going to take with his staff. I think his staff, if you watch them pitch against the Mets in the back end of that series, a little bit more life. It wasn't the same old bullpen that we've seen kind of just get beat up a little bit early on in the playoffs by the Padres, etc. But I do think that this is a revitalized club. They had a little bit more, less, I guess I should say, a less of a rest factor, which I think that is something that actually is going to be a positive. Okay, albeit I think it was just one day, but I do think that you look in kind of what the Dodgers had to do against the Mets, a little bit more offensive pressure. And I know the Yankees Guardians series was bang bang, but it wasn't. It was never in reach, and it had a little bit more of a comfortability factor, where the Yankees, I think, were able to put on cruise control a little bit more so in positions that matter. Okay. I know that there was a lot of players that were, Stanton, Judge, even the likes of Soto, utilizing the long ball. Okay. And I can just tell you one thing: the Dodgers will not live up in the strike zone the way that the Guardians pitchers were. And just seeing the outlier where Clase did not have his best stuff as well. I think this is where kind of I trust the experience of the Dodgers. So I'm all about it. I'm Dodgers in 6, and I like the Dodgers here on the money line. A little stab towards the under 2. I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing that, but we'll see where the number ends up. If we do hit a 9, I am going to be taking the under. I just think it's a little bit too much credit early on in this in this World Series. Now, the other angle we could go into would be the some of the prop markets here, and I will get into some of those just briefly. Not big on betting World Series props because, like I said, you can't really apply past performances. If you want to just kind of ride the wave here, you look at kind of who's been playing well. And this is something where we do not like to bet unders here in baseball unless you parlay them all together. But we will look into kind of the over markets here just to give you guys a feel of some of these props. I talked a little bit about Jack Flaherty. I'm sorry, in terms of the Garrett Cole over his outs. That's an angle that I would look into. But Jack Flaherty, diving into kind of the 14 and a half outs, that has been an over proposition as of recent. You can find that right now at minus 152. I just don't trust Roberts here. He has a very short leash when it comes down to these things. So if you want to ride Juan Soto, he's minus 135 on MGM to go over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. That has been a very steady proposition. 57% implied probability. If we look at that, it's hit 70% of the last 10 games. However, it's only hit 3 out of the last 5. I do like going into the angle with Volpe. He's been hot as of recent. We can also look at Shohei over a half hit. That number is blown way out of proportion, minus 280. Somewhat, I do like to parlay some of these hit or run RBI 1+. I like to parlay those together sometimes, but I want to kind of see from a prop standpoint where everybody's at. Okay. I want to see where everybody's at. I want to see what Stanton looks like at the dish. I want to see how the Dodgers, if they're in that attacking mindset where they're just kind of stringing together big innings, the stadium's going to be raucous. I just think this is a bad spot for the Yankees. I'm all over the Dodgers minus 120, albeit it is probably more of the public side. Okay. A bet that I do bet a lot, and this has hit a lot in the last 10 games, and this is the Juan Soto over a walk. Okay. So you can take Juan Soto to walk minus 137. He gets a lot of deep counts, a lot of foul balls. He really battles at the plate. And if I was going to give you guys a kind of a bet in this market, that would be my favorite prop of the day. This would be the Juan Soto over a half walk at minus 137. If we were going to get on the Yankee side, and also I did tell you guys I do like the Garrett Cole under in terms of pitching outs. That's just kind of where I'm at. So those are my best bets. I will update this in the comments down below because I don't have a way to show my picks at the end of the video, and we'll try that out for a while. But appreciate you guys watching. Good luck tonight. Enjoy the weekend. We have a lot of action going, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.